Hi, so I'm Christophe Weidmann. I'm a solo viola in Noord Nederlands Orkest since 16 years now. I'm French, so I was born in France, but I came in Holland to work in this orchestra. Yeah, so of course I'm a solo viola of the orchestra, so you have a lot of different tasks, let's say. I mean, the first task is of course to lead the group of the violas. And that has to do and during rehearsal and during the concert. So we have a bit two different moments of leading. During the rehearsal, of course, we have to decide about articulations, about the sound we want, about preparing the bowings, preparing the music with the group. We are very dependent on the group as solo viola because it's not really a solo instrument, let's say, in orchestra like violins or cello. And during the concert, you also have to adapt a little bit with what the conductor wants on the moment. So when he does something, I don't know how to say that, surprising or something that we didn't rehearse, just to be able to lead the section to some spontaneous playing, let's say. And of course, we are the link between the section and the conductor. So when something is asked, we have to be able to transmit to the section the wish of the conductor. And our specific place in the middle of the string section is to connect like the high voices of the orchestra and the low voices of the orchestra. So the violins and the cello basses on an harmonic way, on an accompaniment. And sometimes we do have some soli to play. As leader of the group, we have to play the solo in the repertoire that we play for the concert, and that includes to play alone, as a concertmeister does, or a solo cello or a solo double bass. Okay, so yes, Brahms, when he decided to write his Requiem, started without violins. I think that has to do with the color he wanted in the music, because he wrote this Requiem after the death of Schumann and his mother. So it's deeply melancholic and sad in the beginning, like every Requiem, of course. But it's also nice to notice that when Brahms wrote his Requiem, he even proposed to change the name of the German Requiem into a Requiem for human beings. And so it's very humanist way of writing. And I think the viola does fit very good in this atmosphere of melancholy, like Berlioz wrote in the Traité d'instrumentation et d'orchestration, that the viola has this deeply melancholic voice. And I think that fits very much with the feeling of Brahms losing his mother, losing his good friend, Schumann, at this moment of life. And of course, as viola, we have at this moment more melodic role in the orchestra, and later to emphasize a bit the harmonic richness of the music. And that's, I think, is very special in this music. Yeah, well, that's a big question, because of course now we speak about at least 400 years of music, and I think it's not really exact, because we do have a lot of concertos from Telemann in the Baroque time until modern music and contemporary music. And in fact, in every musical period we have some concertos. They are less played, of course, but if we take from Telemann, Mozart, the Symphonie Concertante, 19th century with Harold in Italy, with Berlioz, and it goes on until, well, we have less concerto maybe, but until the big soloist came with viola, like Primrose, of course, the biggest violist of the 20th century, and then we had Bashmet, Tabia Zimmerman, and all these people that did other commission pieces, like Primrose did with Bartók, for example. And since this time, we do have a lot of concertos, but maybe not from the periods of the very romantic music, Tchaikovsky, Brahms, when we have less concertos. That has probably to do with the playing of the viola, which was not considered as a complete instrument at this time, but more played by some violinists, until we really had a real viola tradition, let's say. And less viola players wrote their own music, like Paganini, Kreisler, Wieniawski, Sarasate, or whatever did write for violin. And I think, of course, we don't have the tessiture, the range of the violin that goes completely above the harmony of the orchestra. We are more in the middle, so it's less audible, let's say. And if we think, for example, with opera singers, we always remember Maria Callas, Mirella Freni, Elizabeth Schwarzkopf, soprano or tenor, but less alto, contralto, which have a role more of a sentimental, of emotional way of playing than virtuoso and very heroic. So that's a bit the thing. And of course, the size of the viola also had a lot to do with that, because the size of viola was not fixed like the violin or the cello, and it's still not today, because we have small violas until very big violas. So the norm was still not fixed. So maybe these elements make that we are less visible on the virtuoso scene, let's say. But it's changing a lot since the last decades with all the modern composers, Gubadnina, Schnittke, we have a lot of modern concertos. So it's changing, definitely.